Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Hobbyist Fish Keeper. Now I've just been to my local fish shop to get some Bettas to do a new betta tank. Now unfortunately they wouldn't let me film in there, so basically there are my Bettas in my little boy's car seat, and let's head home and get him in the tank. See you in a bit. Hello everyone, so I am back home and the first task that I need to do before I set up these Bettas in this tank is to take Johnny Utah, one of my Oscars, out of this tank and put him back in the big tank with the other Oscars. Now the reason he is in the smaller tank was because the two big boys were picking on him a little bit, so I had to bulk him up, give him some extra food, get him a bit bigger, and I've just purchased a hide for him as well, so he has got somewhere to run away and hide in that these two won't be able to fit in. So away we go with the removal. So also what I'm going to do is, before I add Johnny Utah back into the main tank, I'm just going to give some of the big boys some worms just to keep them occupied while I put him in, so they don't automatically run over to him, and give him a chance to get back into the tank as well. Alright. So there we are. Johnny Utah reunited with Bodie and Princess Peach. Everything seems to be fine. Job's a good one. Let's get on with the betta tank. Okay, so they've been acclimating for around about half an hour now. So it's time to crack the bags open and put them in. So we do have 3 female Bettas and 1 male Betta. Now the female Bettas, their fins, they're a little bit nipped at, and I kind of chose these on purpose because I thought bit of a rescue job, if you know what I mean. So if you're new to the hobby, little tip, never add the water to your tank. You don't know what's in it. And always wet your hand when picking up fish. If you can get your hand in the bag. There's the first one. My hand's too big. The second one. Some lovely colours on here, and sorry, there's some lovely colours on these, and when the fins all grow back properly as well, they'll look even more beautiful. Now it's time for the male Betta, otherwise known as a Siamese fighting fish. And the reason I've put Bettas in this tank today is because I'm on a little group on Facebook in the UK, and I did a little poll yesterday, what should I put in this tank? Now on my list I just put guppies and Bettas. Other people suggested shrimps, what else was on there? Oh, red scarlet, baddis, but Bettas came out on top, which I kind of knew it would. And there we go, 1 male Betta. So before I put the lid back down as well, I'm just going to add 2 more fish from the big tank, which is a little Cory catfish and a sucking loach as a little bit of a clean-up crew, because my clean-up crew in the big tank is quite extensive now, and the Cory and the loach, they're a little bit on the small side to be dealing with the Oscars. They're kind of getting mouth size on the Oscars, so I don't want them getting eaten, so I'll pop them in as a little small clean-up crew into here, and then I'll put the lid down and show you it all in its splendour. So there we have it, the new betta tank. So we've got, like I said before, we've got 3 Bettas, female Bettas, and 1 male Betta there at the top. Beautiful colours on them. quite chuffed with this. We've also got a little Cory catfish in there and a little sucking loach. I don't know whether you can see him over there in the corner. There we go. Hello. Nice little purpley blue beta there. Another dark blue beta there. And we've got the male hiding up there in the top corner. Where we go now. Male having a good swim around now. Beautiful fish. I'm quite pleased the betas won on the poll on Facebook. And now I am a member of the Beta Club. So this is 48 hours later, having put the betas into this new little tank. And as you can see, the male beta is no longer in with the females. So it is time to mention that I did get them all from the same tank. There was actually 3 males and probably 15-20 females in the tank, so these are the ones that I chose out of that tank. So they are used to being in a tank together. I don't know what they did differently to what I did, other than it being quite a large tank, so it could be proximity reasons. The male at the moment, he is in this little tank here, flying around. I do have a 15-litre tank set up, but it's not quite cycled properly yet, so I don't want to put him in there. So basically I put him in this little marina breeding tank, so when I turn the air pump on, and basically it filters the water into there, so he's getting filtered water out of the main tank, ready for when the little 15-litre tank that I've got upstairs is ready. But in the meantime, the 3 females are doing very well. The reason that I have moved the male out of the main tank is because he was I don't know what the word is displaying himself. Displaying himself to not the blue one or the little white one, but the little purple one there in the back. There we go. He was displaying himself for her, and true to form, like women in real life, I think the 2 other girls were getting very jealous and they decided to try and beat him up, basically. So that's that. But this little beta, I suppose we're going to call it a sorority now. Maybe get a couple more for it. There's a little sucking loach there and a little catfish at the bottom. Little clean-up crew. I quite like the little scaping I've done on this tank as well. I think it's a really nice piece of spiderwood. That was originally in the big tank, but I thought it would go very well in there. So we've now got a little beta sorority. We've got a little male over here. He'll get his own little tank, looking very sorry for himself because I took him away from his ladies. But he would have ended up being killed, I think, by the other 2. So there we go. I'm now a member of the Beta Club, and I'll be giving you weekly, maybe fortnightly updates on the beta tank. Okie dokie. Cheers for joining me. See you again soon.